Imagine this. You spent over $40,000 on a master's degree, you graduate in flying colors, you apply for a postgraduate work permit, the Canadian government approves it, but you are only given 6 months of your postgraduate work permit because of your international passport validity. You see, it doesn't make any sense. As of 2026, immigration rules all over the world, including Canada, they all have one common rule when it comes to their visas. They do not issue visas beyond your passport validity period. Thousands of international students fall into this trap where they have to renew their permits in a new country. Today, I'm going to be telling you how my 10-year international passport validity has so far saved me so much stress. I don't run helter-skelter because my application is almost expiring, and I'm not running helter-skelter just to renew my international passport. If you're a Nigerian student, do not skip this video. Let's talk about the absolute nightmare of having a 5 years validity international passport. Most international students apply for their study permits from outside of Canada with a 5-year validity international passport, or even less in some cases. Let's say you're going for a master's degree that is 2 years. And by the end of 2 years, the validity of your passport has been cut short. When you apply for your postgraduate work permit, they give you less than you are anticipating for because of the validity of your passport. And now you have to start paying for extensions. You have to start paying all over for renewal of a new passport in a new country. You start running helter-skelter, trying to get to the Nigerian High Commission in Ottawa just to get your Nigerian passport, and then you apply for extension of your work permit. It's just a whole lot of stress. If you ask anybody who has tried to renew their Nigerian passport at the High Commission in Ottawa, they will tell you that it's an extreme sport because of the finances and the stress you have to go through to get it done. To get your Nigerian passport renewed here in Canada, you have to book your appointment months ahead. More often than not, you have to commute to the province or the city where that embassy is. You have to pay for flight tickets, you pay for accommodation, you pay for taxi and Uber within the city of Ottawa and all of that stuff. It's a lot of money and the stress is just so much. Sometimes you have to wait for weeks or months before the booklet is even produced. And when you finally get your passport booklet, you also have to pay the Canadian government 255 Canadian dollars to extend your study permit or your postgraduate work permit. So you see, it's just a lot of hassle. If you're watching this video right now, stop for a moment and go and check the validity of your international passport and the expiry date. Drop a comment in the comment section and I'll tell you what your next step should be. This brings me to one of the best decisions I made when I made up my mind to study in Canada. As at the time I wanted to start applying for my study permit or getting prepared to study in Canada, when I checked my passport, because that was the first thing I looked into, I had about 2 years validity on my international passport. With the 2 years validity on my passport, I contacted an immigration officer and I was told that I could actually renew it. So yes, I renewed my international passport even with a 2 years validity on it. And with the renewal, I made sure to get one with 10 years validity. All I had to do was explain to them that I wanted to apply for a study permit and that my passport validity as at that time was not going to cover the period of the study. And they requested certain information from me, which I gave to them. And that was it. Even though I paid more money for the 10 years validity, it was totally worth it. 10 years is a very long time. So you see, I tried to avoid anything that had to do with Nigerian government offices, especially outside of the country. That is pure peace of mind for me, if you ask me. Now, to answer one of the most common questions, who is eligible for it? As long as you're 18 years and above, you are eligible to get a Nigerian passport that has a 10 years validity period on it. If you're less than 18 years, you can only get the 5 years validity passport. Now, let's talk about the costs. As of 2026, if you apply inside of Nigeria, the 64-page 10 years validity passport ranges from 70,000 to 100,000 naira, depending on the processing times. If you are in diaspora, in Canada, for example, it's going to cost around 230 USD. So you convert that to Canadian dollars. and know the actual cost. Now, you might say, oh, that's actually expensive, but look at it in the long run. Over time, you would find out that the 10 years validity passport is even the cheapest option for you. Here's my advice for you. If you're still inside Nigeria, planning to study in Canada or planning to Japa, the first thing you should do right now is look at the validity of your passport. If it still has 2 or 3 years on it, go to the Nigerian Immigration Service and explain to them that you need a passport that will be valid for a very long period of time because of how long you plan to stay outside the country. Apply for the 10 years passport booklet, wait for it before you apply for your study permit. Trust me, your future self will thank you for this singular step that you take. If you're already in Canada and your passport expires in 6 or 8 months, book your appointment today and get your passport done. You do not want to lose your status in Canada because of an expired permit or an expired passport. Be proactive and get started immediately. Listen, as an international student, you already have a lot to worry about in Canada. You're thinking about your job, you're thinking about balancing studies, you're thinking about exam, you're thinking about your family back home. Trust me, your Nigerian passport expiration should be the least of your worries. Take that proactive step before you leave Nigeria and come to Canada. Don't let a passport expiration date stop you from being great or stop you from achieving what you are meant to achieve in Canada. Be proactive and purposeful in your approach. Personally, I try to avoid visiting any Nigerian government offices as much as I can. You know how things go with these offices. So try to do it once and for all, and at least before they see your face again, it's going to take years. Click on the subscribe button, leave your comments, and share these videos to as many people in your circle who would definitely need the information. And speaking of survival, if you just got to Canada, I have a video on how to build your credit score and manage your credit as an international student in Canada. Click on the link above and it will take you directly to the video. If you have any questions, drop it in the comment section, and until my next video, bye for now.